It's weird. All right, everybody. We are live. Let's see. Let's check this. We have new Wi-Fi yet again. And I think it's working. Seems to be working well. If we can get a sound check from the first person on, no one's on yet. And then
we're in Ben's swim spa. Yep. That is the same temperature out as the air right now, which is 98 degrees.
Right. We're going to be sweating here. And once we get a few people on, Mama! Oh, good timing. That's unnecessary, but there's nothing we can do about it.
I know, yeah, because it goes to the jets over here, right? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's give everyone a few minutes to hop on here. We're going to talk about exercise equipment, and this is also a 2025 Trainer 15, my new swim spa at the house, and it is awesome.
It is so awesome.
It is awesome. It has, honestly, if I can be honest,
yeah.
It's a lot of honesty. I like it way more. I know, I do. It's amazing. So, Beth and Summer are using it all the time. It is freaking amazing. And the exercise equipment is so well done. Mike Wright, are you still in London? Answer that. I don't know if you're back yet. The hat, actually, you guys want to update on my head. We have the shade. Ma, I set the umbrella up. Can you see that? There you go. So I set the umbrella up.
It's perfect.
So I have a little shade, but I wore the hat because I'm going to have to go in the sun. But look at the scars. They're like really, you can still see them, but they're really getting good. If I stand back here, you can't even tell. So it's healing up nicely. But I'm going to wear the hat, the old man sun hat, and I don't need any more holes in my head. So, oh, Mike is home. Awesome, dude. How was the trip? Well, I'll call you later. We're going to go through on the live. Mike's going to tell us about.
Yeah.
Mike was in London for a concert. All right, so I'm going to turn that so Mary's in there. All right, so again, if you're hopping on, let us know where you're watching from. Diane, we appreciate that. We love to see where everyone is, and it's awesome. And I tell you what, this trainer. So I got harassed a little bit from going to a challenger, from a challenger to a trainer. And the truth of the matter is that I don't really swim much at home, but something that happened today might change my mind. And I didn't even tell Mary about this yet.
Yeah, I was like, I'm curious what you're going to say right now.
And it really blew me away. So I was really shocked at this. And then I tried all of the exercise equipment. We don't have the dumbbells in there anymore. And those of you who've been watching for a while, you know, Jim, thanks. We're sun protection here. We're serious about it. So I forgot what I was saying, but
about the dumbbells.
Yeah, the dumbbells.
They don't make them anymore.
They don't make them anymore. You can get similar ones on Amazon, and they're very good. But so I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. I have the original ones, and they're so amazing. I really, really like them, and I don't want to make everyone feel bad.
In the new exercise book, relatively new exercise book that comes with your exercise kit, those yellow dumbbells.
Yes.
And they're like yellow, and they also come with like ankle fin things. They are pretty decent.
Yeah. And
those were just an Amazon kit. I believe we looked up aquatic exercise equipment.
Yep.
And there are different colors, but that one is the most similar to the old ones.
And it had some other stuff. It had a barbell in there that was really neat too. But I actually came up with a new stomach exercise today that I love. And the rowing system works better than it ever has before. And the tether. So we had a question called in about the tether. And I was going to try it anyway. But after I had already tried it, I read through the questions. And one of them was on the tether. So we're actually going to show you the tether. And that's what Mary has not experienced yet, and it worked really awesome. So
we did it in London.
I know, but this
it's different.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
Everything is in the perfect spot. So the only thing, and I'll start with this. This is the swim tether.
That comes with the kit.
Yeah, it comes with the kit.
Yeah, it comes in your kit.
Yep. So it's a belt. This is the front, right here, front. And this is the back. And then these two guys attach to the bands, which I'll show you. And then you wear this around your waist, and then you hook the bands onto the section where you hook the rowing bar up to, and it holds you exactly in place, and it's perfectly placed in this. So really worked well. Tether. All right. So Paul, show me the tether. Tether. Very easy. Worked well. The only thing I'll say this I didn't love about this, and I will correct it, I haven't had time yet. See how that is sewn on the end? What ends up happening is when you're pulling, it starts to open this up a little bit. You can see that slipping a little bit. And that was sort of annoying. I'm going to, my plan, and I'll show you guys this, is I'm actually going to cut that right off and then burn the end so it doesn't fray, and then feed it back through the top of that and cinch it one more time, and it won't move. So, but that won't fit through there. It's too tight. So you're going to have to do them separately, and that's going to have to be cut. You know what? Yeah, that doesn't fit. Doesn't fit like that. So let me give it a. No, it's not going to fit. So that was my only issue with the stuff, and it could be fixed with a pair of scissors and a lighter, which is easy. So rowing kit, fantastic. This is great, and we're actually going to hold the camera and show where everything attaches, how it goes, and it's going to work beautifully.
And just for a quick little overview.
Go ahead, Mary.
When you purchase a swim spa, inside the cabinet, when they open it up to wire it, there's a box that has the exercise equipment. And the exercise equipment that comes with it in that box is the swim tether that Ben just showed.
Actually, you want to catalog it?
Yeah. You get some long resistance bands, a set of 2 longer resistance bands and 2 shorter resistance bands. There's also the 2 row bars.
She's going so fast I can't keep up.
Sorry. The two row bars, and we're going to show different things that you could do with these and how to attach them.
Stay.
And you're going to get a couple of different handles. Some hand handles.
Yep. Nope.
And that strap is to attach the resistance bands to the front bar above the swim jets, and then you get some ankle handles, I guess we'll call them.
So they've got a D-ring on there, goes around your ankle. Someone asked, let's see, which swim spa are you on? I just saw that come up. This is a 2025 H2X Trainer 15D. And
So-
we just installed it maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks. In
And-
addition to that equipment, there is a H2 exercise book with literally hundreds of exercises that you can do in the swim spa. Some of them using the equipment that comes with it, some of them using no equipment, and some of them using the equipment kit that we purchased from Amazon.
Yep.
So that is just a catalog of everything that's included when you purchase a swim spa from Master Spas, the exercise kit.
Excellent. Okay, where do you want to start? Let's hook equipment up.
Yeah.
So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have, so these are the short bands right here. So I'm going to, shit, oops.
Whoops.
Whoops. I'm going to spin the camera around. Okay, right there. All right. So this goes just like this. That's the short one. And then over here, and that sun is bright in the camera.
Yeah.
Same thing, attached. You want to do the tether first?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to let Mary hold that.
Okay. Ben's gonna attach the tether to himself. And again, he just attached the shorter resistance bands to the clip.
So now what I did was, it goes like this, and then around your waist. What I did was actually take these guys and I attached them. At first, I did it with me in the belt.
Didn't work as well.
It worked fine. This is way easier. Do it this way. Because I'm sure I look like a jackass doing it. Okay? So this is what I was talking about before. It can actually pull out, and I want it to stay tight. So I'm going to snug that up a little bit more. There you go. So that was the only thing I found that I didn't love, was annoying. I'm going to try that. Maybe that'll work. Why not? But my move is going to be to tighten that thing. Okay. That's just a quick fix. Then you pull this around your waist and click it.
And Ben's going to obviously face the swim jets.
Now, I'm not turning the jets on. Pump 1 is on low. I'm sure it's running a filter cycle.
And since we're...
Just
I
in
was
case
just going to say...
take a little bit, maybe go sit up in that corner.
It's always a great idea to have a good pair of goggles for swimming in a swim spa.
Now, these goggles used to be good goggles. They're very old, and they still work somehow. All right. Can you see?
Yep.
Now.
Oh, that's awesome. So Ben is demonstrating how you swim with the tether across your midsection with the shorter resistance bands attached to the clips. Okay? And then you can adjust the current for faster swim or slower swim, but Ben didn't even have the current on. Yes, Kenny, this is a really good umbrella. Ben's mom didn't think it worked, so he took it, and it's perfect. Now she wants it back, right, Connie?
She said she didn't care. Okay, so I feel like a flight attendant.
Yep.
You take your seatbelt. That's it. Super easy. Worked
Yeah.
great.
You looked great.
You don't need to do anything but that for a full swim
Right.
workout.
Yeah. No fins or flow. It's a good way to get used to swimming in place against the current.
Now, I would think with a center snorkel and that setup, which I just didn't take out, would be amazing. So this little guy, and actually right now, that little knot worked.
Stayed, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it stayed. I'd still like to separate that and feed it back through. Okay.
All right. Next, we're going to show you the rowing. Here, I'll switch with you. So I'll show you.
Well, let me hook it up first.
Okay. Well, I would hook it up.
Oh, you want to hook it up?
Sure. Okay. So we already have the short resistance bands attached to the clip here, and we're going to take the row bar, which has the D-ring, and you're going to attach that to the other clip. And then you have this little attachment here, and this bullet light looking thing that goes into that, and it's going to clip. And your little button here will actually move, saying that it's locked in place.
I want to get these out of the way. It's just confusing looking.
And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So, whoops, I just shut that. This circular end goes into the clip. It's going to lock into place. And then you're going to attach the D-ring with the resistance band clip. So one thing that we learned the hard way in the warehouse swim spa, you do want to take the row bars out.
Why, Mary? What happens?
This right here is like a mesh with a button that holds this handle strap so that you can attach the resistance band. And that starts to wear out from the chlorine that you're using. Even though it's such a small amount, over time, if you keep the row bars in there, it just totally snaps off, and then you need new row bars. They last much longer if you remove them after
So,
use.
Are you? How do you feel?
So this is, I'm sitting in the middle seat. And
Upper middle seat.
Yep, upper middle seat. I'm in a good spot. I'm not all the way back, but it's
Yeah,
pulling
there's
me a
actually,
bit,
but
I'm almost all the way back.
I'm curious to see whether you have to raise your butt up for this. Go ahead and give us a couple of rows. It's the
A
best,
little bit,
but it's the
my
best
butt is on the
position.
bottom,
Yeah,
I'm not like standing.
Right, like
I was
before.
yeah.
So those of you who are watching,
And this is like really great. My arms are tired.
right?
From
We did
today,
a terrible workout today. So what's interesting is this old, the old setup in the Trainer 15 or the Challenger for that matter. When you sat in the place, Mary and I both had to raise our butts up.
Yeah.
And this one is perfect.
And almost like not even
Now,
seating at all.
when we were at training this year, we were conducting swim spa training, and we had someone ask, what we were thinking when we designed this because it doesn't work. And what they were doing was not sitting where Mary's in the upper hot tub seat. They were sitting down there, and of course you're underwater because it's very deep.
Right.
So we couldn't figure out what they were talking about, and we did figure it out. They were sitting in the wrong spot.
I can't even do it because I'll be.
You'll be underwater. Yeah, I was underwater.
And I mean, no, it doesn't work at all.
No, this is perfect.
She was right. It doesn't work at all that way.
Right. But the way it was supposed to be used, it works fantastic.
Now, this is great for rowing, like back rowing for good back muscles, and I feel it in my arms as well. But you can also turn around to get a variety of different exercises as well using the same row bar setup.
Well, yeah, yep.
Okay.
Yep, spin around.
Spin around.
Spin it.
So now I'm facing the seats.
And you got to get one leg really far back to stabilize. Now put them down in the water. Now press. You are going to be a little on the short side. Press directly away from you, not up. There you go. So Mary is 4'10", and this honestly is a little too deep for her.
Yeah.
But it worked well for me. I'm 5'8", and reset on the lower where your feet are, and it works perfectly fine. But then again, my wife are both over 6 feet. Yeah. Dale, nobody here is 6 feet.
Right. And you could also,
all right, let me try.
I feel like if you're stepping here, not great for shoulders.
Nah, just use the bands. Here you go.
We'll switch with Ben. He will get a better. I have the H2X Trainer 15D Master Spas model. Is that the same as this one? Paul, this is just the 2025 version. So if you have a different model, the way that you set up the equipment is very similar. It's just that this is the newest 2025 model. So it's a little bit different, but the setup is going to be the same of the equipment. Yeah, that was great, Ben.
And then on the row, it fit me perfect, and it didn't
yeah.
the other one.
So Ben's just showing the rowing without being too short.
Your hat looks stupid. You're short. All right. I see what's going on here.
No, I was saying you make it look better than I did because I don't sit as well. Yes, Paul, the setup that we just showed on how to attach the row bars is exactly the same. We ordered a 15D saltwater, but the Tanga's... Oh, the saltwater is not available for the swim spas yet.
It's coming.
It is coming. Probably a 2026 project. Right now it is only available on the Twilights and the Legend hot tubs. But even if you purchase a swim spa, the salt system for the swim spa, when it's ready, will be able to be retrofit. You'll be able to get it after you already have it.
I will do the second it comes out because it's awesome.
Right, yeah. Oh, Paul, that's great. Yep, the setup is exactly the same.
Okay.
All right, so next thing.
This little guy here, what I use this for the most is to put around the front grab bar where the swim jets are, and I wrap it around a few times and then connect it to itself. And then what I really like to do, and I'm going to hook up the long bands. So the short bands are on the row kit right now. Use the short bands for the rowing kit and the tether. This guy goes up front. Actually, that's perfect for the little.
Yeah, little. I'll switch.
Come on up. Okay. So this is how I do it. No trick to it. I just wrap it around a couple times. That's it. And then I like to pull it tight like this, and where this is a double layer, and if you can see that, that's a single, but it's a double here. You want it on the double for attaching the bands, which I'll do next.
Yep. So single here, and this is where it's double. You can see it's like two straps.
So I'll grab the single, pull it through.
And Ben has the long resistance bands right now,
Yep.
and he's clipping onto the actual strap, not the clips at the top.
Don't clip on the clips.
Right.
There you go. Now that
So see
won't
that?
come off. So the meaty part of the hook is engaged there. It's not going to come off. So we're not pulling against this, and we're not pulling against this little thinner guy, because that can come off and smack you right in the face.
So he's got both of the long resistance bands there.
Okay. So first thing we're going to do.
Those are the handles for your hands, hand handles. They also have a D-ring clip.
Now what you don't want to do is wrap anything in a way so that you're pulling. Can you see that?
Yep.
You don't want to pull against this little thin guy, because you can actually pull this through.
Yeah.
And it will absolutely snap you in the face.
You want to pull on the thick side of the clip.
So now for this, I'll let you cruise to the back.
Yep.
You can do rows again, but different kind of rows, so they're narrow. So you can start in row. If you want to spin around.
Oh, good tricep one.
Yep. So get that back foot. If you can see my back foot to stabilize.
I can't tell if you can see or not because it's so bright.
I like to do one arm.
Back foot is stable, and he's doing single arm tricep extensions.
4. Put them under. What now, Mary? What am I doing?
Chest press. Oh, Vicky, yes, you should be able to contact customer service, and they can probably order a set of the shorter bands for you.
Okay. Also on here, biceps. I love this for biceps.
Yeah, that's a good one. How about shoulder press? Can you do that with these?
Yep. You just want to lean forward.
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Yep. Shoulder press. Nice.
That would be easier if you were 4 or 5 inches taller than
I
me.
agree.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take these handles off. Even with the warm water, it's still nice in here.
Oh, it's great.
So outside right now, it's 95, 98 degrees.
Yeah.
Water is 98 degrees. With this shade, it's awesome.
Oh, Paul, that umbrella is the other apparatus that we're using for shade, and it's a half umbrella. So it's working really well on that side of the swim spa. You could also get the sun sails that are retractable. A lot of customers have that, and there are a lot of pictures on the Master Spa's Facebook page of different installs with that, and those work really well for shade as well.
If you want shade, there's an umbrella right above you.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the ankle attachments. And I never did this before. And there's no reason we couldn't have done this before. I just never thought of it.
Let me see.
So
So Ben is putting the the attachments, the ankle handles around his ankle. Yeah, you can see that on him. And he's still using the long resistance bands attached to the front bar here.
So there's a couple things you can do. You can stand upright and pull forward knee to the top of the water.
Yeah, Paul, they're awesome.
Okay? So that's going to work your core, your abs, your hip flexors, everything.
You're just doing like a march?
Yep.
Yeah.
One at a time, pulling up nice and high, keeping my stomach sucked in.
Yep.
The other thing
tighten that core.
Was this. I have my hands on the seats, and my feet are being pulled back, and I'm doing my abs. This is like a hanging.
Oh, yeah. With even more resistance than the front bar.
Way more.
So we've done this before where you hang on to the front bar and pull your legs in against the current, but this is even better with the resistance bands.
Mary, I think you need to try it.
Yeah.
So then you could also hold on to this if you could reach, but that's going to be a little on the light side. I grabbed the steps like this and tried it. The steps work. If you want to go harder, you can grab the seats.
Yeah. Great idea.
And then full hard, hands up front, nice and far. That's really hard.
And he's tucking his knees in towards his belly with the ankle attachments on and the long resistance band attached to the front. Awesome.
It works awesome.
Yeah.
You want to try that?
Sure. Here.
All right. Sorry for the. There we go. Glasses. Hat. Nope, I went to the wrong side. That's okay.
Oh yeah, that's.
It's harder than you thought it was going to be, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. No, worked. Mary approve?
Yeah.
All right. So. Dale said rinse off equipment to last longer.
Yeah.
So I will say that I agree with that. This water is 2 parts per million, which is the same as water that's coming out of the faucet. So it shouldn't make all that much of a difference. But what we always find is that the space from the top of the water, inside the cover, that's the super corrosive spot. So leaving the stuff in here, that's why you get people will get rust on the fittings and the handles, and then they blame everyone but themselves, and that's not actually the case because they're not off-gassing enough. So you put the chlorine in, leave the covers open, run the jets for 15 minutes, and if you don't do that long enough, and we all know, every single person here has done it, myself very included. If you throw the chlorine in, you're like, I don't have time today, I'll off-gas it next time. Then close the cover in a hurry. That's where that stuff gets trapped, and that's where it starts getting corrosive. Okay? All right.
Any questions on the exercise equipment or setting up anything? We did have a couple.
Camera's on you.
Okay. We did have a couple of questions. I'm just going to grab my phone here. One of them was about the tether, which I think we answered for you. Let's grab it here. Sorry. Jay from Ohio, hopefully that answered you, that the tether comes with the kit and you attach it to the clips on the side with the short resistance bands.
Now hang on 1 second. So in addition to that, I swung it around. In addition to that, the tether can be run from a pole type. That doesn't come with it, but some swim spas have the hole in there like the TheraPool does. I think the 12-footer does. Maybe a 19-footer does. The 19-foot dual temp has the for the pole to go in. It's like going fishing, but you're the fish. So you don't always have to, run the like the tether from the side with the resistance bands. You can actually use the pole type. The Trainer 15 and Challenger 15 don't have that fitting, so this is the way to do it. But other size swim spas might. Okay, they're all a little bit different. There you go.
Okay. And the other question is from Tony in North Carolina. He has a Master Spa 19D. Can I attach a heat pump to cool the swim side? I've looked into it. However, I've seen some aftermarket items that look like they would work. Can you suggest any? So that's one thing.
Go ahead, I turned it. It's back
Tony,
on. Tony,
that I would. It's a little bit based on where you live, whether or not your dealer would have it available. Some dealers, like in Florida or Texas, I know they have some ways to attach it, but some other dealers just don't have it available yet.
But that's not to say that it can't work.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Ben can talk to if you were to get something aftermarket.
I would really try to get. So there is as far as I understand it, there is a kit available from Master that your dealer can get, and then that will help put that on, put the covers on, or put the chiller on one side. So it can be done. Just check with your dealer and then have them look for that. They can call into customer service and they can help them out with that. But I know it exists. Okay? All right. Let me dry my hand because we've got other questions in here. Now we'll go back to all the questions that were asked. All right.
Those were the only ones we got ahead.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. All right. Let me get Mary's face in there so I'm not so close on mine. All right. Philly, Michael. Hi, Ben. Love the hat. Sherry, hello. Kenny has a Thailand hat just like that. I love it. The language changed on my Master Spa in Hot Springs, and I need to reset it back to English, but no longer can read it. I guess I would get like a Google Translator and do that, because I definitely can't read Spanish.
Or maybe check
or
your
whatever
owner's
whatever
manual.
language it's in.
Yeah, check your owner's
It actually
manual,
doesn't say
and
Spanish.
if not, you may call Master Spa's customer service. They may be able to help.
But
you
I think I would probably start with Google Translate. We used that in France. It works
so
awesome.
well.
Yeah. All right.
And you can even take like a picture of it, of the words, and it will translate for you. Or use your camera and it will translate on your screen.
All right. Just got on. Sorry if you already said, but which spa are you in? Trainer 15D. 2025. It is awesome. The filters. Beth loves the filters. We've already cleaned the filters once. We had a really windy day and a bunch of little leaves got in. So we had to vacuum. We had to clean the filters. That was easy. It is just nicer update there on getting the filters out. Let's see. Paul said I'd be watching in my Master Spa, but I don't have a shade cover for it yet. Actually, you can see this is all I did. It's just a half umbrella, and then this is my table, and the table has the hole in the middle. I didn't do anything but stick the umbrella down on the hole and put it next to the swim spa. I slid the step over because there's a raised deck back there.
That was Paul who we recommended the sun sails to, or sunshades.
I might do the sun sails because they come off, but I think we'd probably get annoyed and take them on and off so much that I'd probably just, let the girls get the sun, and I'm just going to stay out of the sun.
Well, this is a good option.
Yeah, this is fine. So, let's see. Okay. We bought a 15D saltwater. Gotcha. Dealer said it's on back ordered. Yeah, salt is, so like Mary said, for the swim spas, a 2026 project.
It's not on back order. They're just, it's not available.
It's not available yet. So I would get, I want it too.
Yeah.
It'll be adaptable to the swim spas. So get your swim spa, whichever one you want. Don't wait, and then add that. Because what if they change their mind? What if something happens? So
and just like Ben said earlier, in your swim spas, you're keeping the chlorine levels
very
so low.
Very low.
This smells just good to me.
Yeah.
It smells like clean. It doesn't smell like chlorine.
No, it's 2 parts per million.
We don't get out
You won't smell
thinking
that.
you need to take a shower, and it's a very small amount. So get it, use it, enjoy it, and then when the salt's available, add it.
Yep, absolutely. And in the salt system, just to rehash that and clarify,
Yeah.
the only reason it's not available for the swim spas is because it's a larger unit because it's more water than the hot tubs. That's it.
Right.
So, you know,
They haven't.
technically, if you ran 2 of them in there, which you would never do, it would work. Okay. All right. Perfect. Just got mine. Mike Diaz, what's up, man? All right. Smallest pool umbrella ever. Definitely.
It's a half umbrella.
Half umbrella. Without fins and a float. Oh, Mike, the tether worked great in here. I've done it before, but just, I don't know, it felt really good today. Maybe I was in the mood. It felt really great. And that one thing being so smooth could get me to actually swim at home, which you guys all know that we're spoiled and we have a Challenger in the warehouse where we normally film from. So, you know, typically we would train in there. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. You know, that with a center snorkel, you could really get an ass kicking workout in there and pull like crazy. It worked beautifully. All right. When is salt version available? Dealer told me it was on back order. It's not exactly on back order. It's not quite done yet. So let's see. Damien, awesome to see you, man.
We think we're hot here. It's like 98, 100. It was like 125,
148 where you are. All right. The tethered belt solves the problem of swimming in place.
Yes.
Paul, I will say this. It does, but you still want to strive to be able to swim without it against the jets. It will create more fitness to swim without the tether. So, you know, definitely understand that. But if, hey, it works perfect, awesome. Awesome. That's why it's there. Reset on the lower where your feet are and it works perfectly fine. But then, again, my wife and I are both over 6 feet tall.
We got that one.
Yep. Paul, I have the H2X Trainer 15D Master Spot model. Is that the same as this one? It is.
Yeah, we answered a bunch of these already.
Yep. Nice swim spa, Benjamin. Darcy, thank you. Great. So that was the same. Mm-hmm. Mine is a 24 or a 23. It works the same.
Yeah.
It works the same. The differences are the seats up in the front and the filters, and the steps are a different shape, and there's just a little different shape in there, and some other updates on the control panel. Okay, Kim, you're all set. What strap are you using? Which strap? The front one?
The straps are any strap that we use or what comes with the Master Spas exercise kit.
Everything we used today came with it.
Came from that box.
Bree, hello, how are you? All right, I had a clip break on my shorter bands.
Yeah.
Can I? Yep, got you. I heard you answer that. What are you all using for the shade besides the cool hat? It's just me and the cool hat. Let's see. Sun sails, great idea. Sounds crazy, but be sure you got you. We read that. Okay, Paul said, what happens if you set your temp at 70 degrees and it's 90 most days? You can vent the cover at night. I know someone posted that in there. Mm-hmm. You just roll up a towel and leave a cover vented. It bleeds that heat off overnight, and it's perfect. How often do you shock your spa? If I'm behaving, I like to do it once a week. If I'm normal, I'm like every 3 or 4 weeks. I'm going to strive to be better. Let's see. Spa temp is set at 85, but still show 102. How do I get it to cool down? Yep. Same thing. Rolled up cover at nighttime. In Virginia, it's 90 degrees, and Trainer 15 is set on 85, but stays around 88. Should I keep it set on 85? Yeah, absolutely. Kristen won't hurt a thing. Keep it where you ultimately want it, and it may surpass that, and you could bleed that off at night if you want to. I don't know that I would bother for 3 degrees. My Chili Goat team, I see you from Cali. Paul, what's happening, brother? Vent the corners. Yep. I don't think it will cool down because it only has a heater. It definitely doesn't cool. You're just bleeding that heat off at night. But it won't heat past that temperature. All right. Are all of your previous live shows accessible? I'm looking for the one in Kona that you taught that guy to swim. It is. Against the Jets, yes.
It should be on, I think you can
YouTube.
go back on Facebook, but if it's too far back, they're all on the Master Spas YouTube channel.
Yep. And then our very first live ever was called How to Swim in a Swim Spa. And it's like, I'm sure every manufacturer is using it because there's like 30,000 views on it.
Yeah.
So that's on there too. That's a good one. And we basically do the same thing. The heat pumps are cooling great in Dubai, Damien.
Yeah,
my man.
they are. Yeah.
Awesome, I bet. All right. Sherry said, I have pole holes in my Therapole 13, but never knew what it was. Where do I get the poles and how do they work? I'm assuming Amazon's got them, or your dealer might have them.
Swim tether.
Yeah.
I believe the brand is Swim Tether.
Yeah, look for Swim Tether brand.
And look for the one that has a pole on the end.
Yep, absolutely. And you might be able to use the belt and the 2 straps in the 13.
I think you can.
I want to say that works in there.
Yeah.
Jamie Gordon, good to see you. All right, Paul, Ken, Jamie. All right. If the chlorine is 2 parts per million, how do I know if I've got enough to avoid getting cloudy? I struggle with this. Also, congrats on the Trainer 15D. I knew you would love it. Awesome. So, you know what? Think about this. You just want to check it, because right now it's been really nice weather. Summer and Beth have been in here a lot. Like Summer was in here. She worked from here one day, the whole day. And funny, true story. She always jokes around. Kevin is the president of Master Spas, and she'll text me, "Hey, tell Kevin, great job. The new swim spa came out awesome." So I did. I screenshotted it and actually sent it to him, and he's awesome. He's like, I love it. This is great. But she's teasing sort of all of us, and but she loved it. So keep an eye. We just check it every couple of days.
With your test strips.
Yeah, with your test strips.
The test strips have the colors, and you match the color.
If you're unsure, just put half a scoop of chlorine in there, a little scoop. We're only using a little baby scoop. And just make sure you top it off so you don't let it go too low. Because what happens is when your chlorine comes all the way down, then your pH and alkalinity start getting affected. Then you have to adjust everything. So, keeping that chlorine level, that 1 to 3 parts per million, really prevents all that crap. Then it's super easy. And it's almost always a sanitizer problem. Almost always. So if you let it go too low, and then the other thing that we get is someone will let it go low, water gets cloudy, and then they will adjust all of the alkalinity, the pH, and the chlorine. Then they'll take the test strip, put it in, take a picture of the test strip an hour later, and send that and say, why is my water cloudy? My water is perfect. But it wasn't. And it takes a couple of days for that to reset itself. Okay? So we see that all the time. People try that all the time. All right. I'm struggling with air bubbles, seeing the bottom on mine through the bubbles. Justin.
The goggles
help.
Really do
water
help.
chemistry. Make sure your alkalinity and pH in your water is sort of new, because the more perfect your water is, the more clear everything is going to be. So if your water is old, maybe it's time to change it. And if your alkalinity or pH are off, you want to check in those and make sure they're really as close as you can to perfect. This swim spa right now is absolutely perfect. We did everything, the metal out, everything. Because this came from a town well, so it's still, town water, but it still came from a well, so we ran half a bottle of the metal out sequestering agent and then cleaned the filters. So let's see. All right, how do you keep the inside of your hot tub from mildewing? You're gonna get some, like the black mildew on the inside of the cover.
There's a Lysol.
There's a Lysol mildew remover
that you can use with a
works
scrubber,
on the cover. I don't really get any on the inside of the acrylic. If that's happening, your chemicals are definitely not quite right.
Yeah.
All right. How to access previous videos? One in Kona. Yep. YouTube. Just got our 25. Oh, we're 44. We're late. Just got our 2025 trainer. Came with Gecko app to control by the phone. Haven't been able to connect spa to app. Any experience with this? Yes. And so here, our Wi-Fi is such that I'm unable to connect. I have to add something to it. It's $15 a month. I just didn't get a chance to do it yet. We'll probably do it. But the Challenger and the 7.2 we've got at the warehouse hooked right up in 2 seconds. Super awesome. It's really easy.
You have to make sure that the box, the blue box that it comes with, is hooked into your landline in your modem. It's in the back
router,
of it.
modem, whatever that is. And then it connects itself as long as it's within range. It works really awesome. And the app is fantastic. So I just haven't done it at home yet. Kirk, hope you're feeling well, man. All right, flying through these. Is there a recommendation as when to change the water in a 15D? I always do once a year. The official answer is twice a year. If you're good with the water, once is not a problem. I've had some like psychopaths go 4 years in a Trainer 12 in Florida. Remember him?
That's crazy.
Yep.
Once a year is good.
Once a year, twice a year is the official recommendation. Are these spas only available in the USA? Rebecca, no, they are not. We are an international manufacturer, although there's some countries we're not in, like Australia, for example. I'm not going to get into why. All right. When is the salt water available? Do you have to drain it to salt water? No. Next year, 2026 project, and you don't have to drain it. You can add the salt to that water. All right. What are your...
You probably need to drain it. They'll probably need to drain it.
And start with fresh water?
Yeah, and start with fresh water, because you have... It's when you add the salt, it's done, like, in increments. So, yeah.
She's smarter. I'd go with her answer. What are your thoughts on the Froggy system for swim spas? It works great. I still... I used one last year, and I still found my pH dropping, and it's probably because at the end of it, the chlorine was dipping low, so my pH was dropping. So just watch... Make sure it's still active and make sure you have enough in there because they don't last a month. My experience was that the swim spa version did not last a month for me. Okay, but just keep an eye on the chemicals and you still want to keep a little eye on it. But if you were going away for a week or two for vacation,
that's a good time to use.
Drop it in, you're done.
Yeah.
All right. Paul, I use very, very little chlorine and my water never gets cloudy.
Yep.
Me too. All right, I ran Ethernet cable directly to the spot where my electrical leaves to go outside. It's perfect. It's just sitting inside. Yep, works great. All right,
okay.
That's it. Got it. 47. We went long.
We're a little late, but we will be back in 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's July 9th, and it's normal Facebook Live. We're back in 2 weeks, and we'll see everybody then.
Awesome.
If you have any questions in the meantime, post them here, and we'll get to them later.
You got it.
Have a good night.
Enjoy. Stay cool.